Hello everyone, my name is Michelle and I'm here at the Cliffs of Moher retreat. Today I'd like to share a very quick video with you on a technique that you can use to release tight or painful lower back. Chronic lower back pain was something that I struggled with for years, and during that time larger stretches were not helpful when my back was inflamed and painful. And so this very simple couple of movements that come from a practice called Somatic Movement or Somatic Yoga, and I'll leave a few links for more about Somatic Movement in the comments below. This is incredibly useful as a way of releasing your back. So you're going to come onto the floor, and it's really nice to be on the hard floor sometimes when we feel that our back is sore. And we're going to keep our knees bent, but we're not going to bring our feet too close to our bum. That can be a little bit habitual if we practice a lot of yoga. We're not going to have the legs too far away either. We're trying to find a good distance where it feels as if our thighs and our shins are two playing cards stacked against one another. Feet are not too wide and they're not together. We're going to try to keep them hip distance. And it's important to get this bit right because everything will come from here. So just relax your body for a moment. Let your arms rest down by the sides. And it's a very, very simple movement. We're going to be moving within a range of about 20 to 30% of what we can actually do. And so we're going to visualize that our pelvis, our hips here, are like a rolling pin. And as we inhale, we're going to very gently roll the rolling pin forward, just a little. Remember, 20 or 30%. And then as we exhale, we're going to very gently roll the rolling pin back. And that's it, very, very simple. As we inhale, we're going to arch. As we roll the rolling pin forward, our lower back begins to arch just a little. And then as we exhale, we're going to roll the rolling pin back, allowing our lower back to flatten. And it doesn't have to come all the way down to the floor. In fact, if we're doing 20 to 30% of our range, it probably won't. Inhaling. Belly opens as we inhale. And as we exhale, belly gently compresses or contracts, and the lower back opens. As we inhale, belly opens, lower back contracts. And as we exhale, flattening, lower back opens. And we're going to just stay and do that a few more times. Feeling the weight of your bones as you gently arch. And feeling the weight of your bones as you gently flatten. There's no rush. I find it useful sometimes to take one big one. So to seek out your maximum range. What would that look like if you arched as far as you could? And it's possible that there might be some discomfort or even pain at the end range on either movement or even both. Exhale, flatten as much as you can. Yeah, I have a little bit. And so in this somatic movement, we're going to stay well away from those end ranges. We're going to stay well away from the pain. Because we're doing different work here, different to our regular yoga practice. There's this theory in somatic movement that discusses this idea of sensory motor amnesia. Sensory motor amnesia refers to the idea that the tightness in the muscle, the inflammation that can be caused by that, it starts in the brain, that it isn't just in the muscles. And if you've ever done a yoga practice and felt a great release in your body, but woke up in the morning and felt that it was gone again, or if you've had a lovely massage, felt a great release, and then the next day felt tight again, then you'll know what I mean. I'm going to slide the legs along now, release that. When you slide your legs along, you might notice that you feel a little more released or opened in your lower back. We're going to come into another one now, a variation on this. So when you're ready, bend up your knees again. And this time lift your right leg up and interlace your hands around the kneecap of your right leg. There is a yoga pose where we hold the shins, but that's not the one we're coming into now. And make sure you let your right foot dangle down. And return back into your arch and flatten. But as you inhale and arch, allow your knee to move forward and then create resistance with your arms, pushing your knee into your hands. Only 20 or 30%. And then as you exhale and your lower back begins to flatten, draw that knee towards your chest as if from the lower back. Inhaling, very, very slow movements in the body. Inhaling and arching. The slower the better. We're training our brain. And when we're focused so much, it can feel tiring even. Exhale, because we're really using our mind, not our body as much now. Draw the knee in. We'll just take 2 more on this side. Inhaling. Pushing the knees gently, 20% into the hands. And then exhale, really relaxing your jaw and relaxing your shoulders. Less is more really is the backbone of this practice. 1 more. And that can be really hard for many of us. Feel your bones on the ground as you inhale and your belly arches or your belly rounds, opens. And then exhale, gently draw that knee towards your chest, as if you were drawing your knee in from your lower back. Release your leg beside the other one and we'll take it on the other side. This is definitely very slow, very purposeful movement. Inhaling, arching, pressing the knee forward into your arms that create resistance. Exhaling, drawing that knee towards your chest. Let the left foot dangle down, your hands holding your kneecap, just below your kneecap, not the shin. 3 more in your own time. The slower you do it, the more we're getting the chance to train our brain. The more feedback we're giving our mind. Two more, as slow as you can. Pushing the knee into your hands. Exhale, gently drawing that knee towards your chest. We're only taking 4 on each side this morning, just as less is more works with the intensity of how we do this. The same goes for the number of repetitions. It's not good to do too much more. Inhale and exhale. Bring that left foot down to meet the right, and then slide your legs long for a moment. And just pause here and just notice how your lower back feels. And we're going to do one more this morning. And these are only a few of the somatic movement exercises. There are so many. These ones really work well with the lower back. And over the course of these videos, I will include more. It might be just what your body needs. It can be a really nice way to warm up for a practice. It can be a really nice way to cool down, or just something to do on its own if that's all your body feels like it can do, or all it feels like it needs sometimes. This one is very gentle, and all we're going to do is we're going to slowly allow our knees to go over to the right, just a few inches or a few centimeters. Feel the weight transfer onto your right pelvic half. Slowly let the knees come back to center. And we're keeping control of the movement, so we're not letting the knees just fall. We're using our control to slowly bring the knees to the left, onto the left pelvic half. Now we could do this by letting the knees just fall. That's very easy to do, flopping them. But this is a much more controlled movement. Let the knees gently, with control. And what we're trying to do is to try and release any shaking, bumpy or scratchy parts of the movement. And that might mean slowing it down even more, or going to even less of a range. You might notice that you don't have full control over the movement. I like to do this really slowly, so slowly in fact that I don't try to inhale one way or exhale the other. I just take as many breaths as I need to just bring the weight and transfer over from the right pelvic half. I'm getting a lot of feedback from my bones on the ground. You might notice that it feels different on the other side. Left to right. And once again, staying away from any pain or discomfort. We're just going to take a couple more in your own time. Really getting curious here as you notice, is your body really able to go from left to right completely smoothly, with no jerks, no bumpy bits, no shaking? And if not, and that's okay, can you slow it down even more so that you have more control in this range? And just one more. Our hips, our pelvis are right in the center of our body. Our spine comes out upwards and our legs come out downwards. And so if we're feeling any pain or discomfort in our lower back and our pelvis, it affects the whole rest of our body. Come back to center. And so taking a few minutes to reset this part of our body, to bring our mind and our attention here can be really beneficial. Slide your legs long and just come to rest now. Let it go. Just notice. Notice what you notice. It might have been uncomfortable to lie with your legs straight prior to doing these gentle exercises. So feel free to do a few more. If you want to come back into the first one, the arch and flatten, that's a great one to do a little bit more of. It can really help to release any tightness. Or to stay lying down for a few minutes more if that's what you feel like. But it can be really important to just give ourselves a bit of time with our body in stillness and in quiet movement, especially if we're experiencing any pain. And doing these exercises regularly and including some more gentle somatic movements into our practice can be incredibly useful in the management of pain. So thank you and good luck. And if you have any questions about this practice, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you.